Because right now, for the last so many years, I've been preaching about this fire, this heating event coming in the world, because it was very clear in Revelations to me, as I told people, even before it started happening. It was published in my first book about 7 different times about climate change. And I use climate change because what we see is all the green grass was burning, and 1/3 of the trees and 1/3 of the land. And you know, only the earth is not even 1/3 of the land. Most of it's water. 70% of the earth is water. But still, you see this heating, this warming that will cause fire, hails, and mixed with blood. Mixed with blood means, to be mixed with blood means it's going to cause damage to life. That would be humans and animals. And we have seen fires throughout the earth. And it's going to get warmer even. We've had enough already. Even at this point, the fires have completed the prophecy. But we see the first trumpet, the second trumpet, the third trumpet, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and the book's about the fifth and sixth trumpet. The second trumpet is like a huge burning mountain of fire tossed into the ocean. 1/3 of the ships are destroyed. First trumpet already done. We've already seen the seals happen, and in my book you can see it explains the seals in detail. We see the second horse come along, which would bring us about 600 AD, and the second seal, what is it? It's a seal of bloodshed. It's a seal of a great mighty sword. Every version you read, and I use every version possible, this red, carrying, burden-bearing, going forth power in the earth. And what happens? It takes away peace from the earth. This red sword brings slaughter into the earth. It says takes away peace from the earth. But what this says is like, there were great warriors like Walid, ibn Walid. I mean, every historian knows about
him. He was the ruler of the Persian Empire. Alexander, he was the ruler of the Macedonian Empire. Napoleon, he was the ruler of the French Empire. Pompeius, Julius, Shen, Yuri, Attila, Saul, he was the ruler of the Frankish Empire. And from amongst the companions, there was a soldier, there was a commander, there was a conqueror. He crushed the super of his time. He crushed the Persian Empire. He crushed the Romans. He conquered Iraq. He conquered Iran. He conquered Armenia. He conquered Jordan. He conquered Syria. The undefeated commander. The undefeated ruler. The sword from the swords of Allah Azza wa Jalla. This is Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu. Now open the books of history and you will come to an understanding that I know more about Khalid bin Walid than any one of you guys. No man is fortunate than he. No man is equal in war than he. Be powerful and strong, or be weak or pathetic, but they are defeated when Khalid radiallahu anhu comes in front of them. Why? Because this is the commander, this is the conqueror, this is the ruler, this is the general, this is the warrior, this is Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu. Why? Because come the battle of Muda, the Muslims are 3,000, the enemy is 200,000. Picture this in your mind and you will come to reality. The day Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam gave him the title, the sword from the swords of Allah Azza wa Jalla. This is Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu. Why? Because come the battle with one of the superpowers, Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu, he levels up with the Roman commander, the Roman general, and he looks him in the face. The Roman commander says to him, that it looks like poverty, nakedness, starvation has compelled you to come here. Looks him in the eye and you know what he says? He says, you fool! We have not come here because we are hungry. We have not come here because we are starving. We have not come here because we are naked. We have come here to drink your blood, as we heard that the blood of the Romans is sweet. This is Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu. Why? Because come the battle with one of the superpowers, Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu, he's on the front line. The white man not die in a battle. And one of his companions says, oh Khalid, tell me, how can you die in a battle when you know the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam named you the sword of Allah? And if you had been defeated, it would have meant the sword of Allah has been broken, and that could never ever happen. Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu, on his deathbed he's saying, and died as a warrior. And this is why, my brothers, we pray to Allah that the next woman that gives birth to a child, make it so that she gives birth to the likes of Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu.
Degrees Fahrenheit, which is 38 degrees Celsius. Hottest temperature on record. 100 Fahrenheit, about 70 miles north of the Arctic Circle, today in Siberia. That's a first in all of recorded history. We are in a climate emergency. And so they began recording, record keeping back in 1885. So That's the reference point, and it's the hottest recorded ever. Now, some more information here. Scott from Scotland tweeted out, "We are in a relentless Arctic heat wave. Siberia is literally on fire right now, and it's set to continue. Temperatures will comfortably exceed plus 30 degrees Celsius within the Arctic Circle over the next 10 days at least. It is a staggering plus 20 to 25 Celsius warmer than it should be." And you can view the heat here around the Arctic, 2016. So you can see that in the graph here. Now, this part really should strike you. The average heat across Russia from January to May is so remarkable that it matches what's projected to be normal by the year 2100 if current trends in heat trapping carbon emissions continue. So the temperatures that they're experiencing right now is what they were supposed to be experiencing in the year 2100, in 80 years. So right now they are experiencing the temperatures that they should be experiencing 80 years from now. Showing you, look, when the science is off, it's only ever off because it underestimates the actual damage. Which means that, ideas like the Green New Deal, we don't have 10 years to implement that. We have 5 years. We should be taking...
So we have once or twice seen two systems in the Gulf of Mexico. We've never seen two hurricanes in the Gulf of Mexico at the same time. And so this would be historic. But not for 2020 because we are on a record pace. We're about a week and a half ahead of a record pace, meaning that we already are on the 14th named storm, the earliest that has happened before September 2nd. So for any other year, this would be extraordinarily unusual, but considering this is 2020 and a lot of unusual things have been happening, I would say this is par for the course.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the fires that are burning in the western United States. Firefighters are battling nearly 24 major wildfires across the state of California. How will the weather factor into those efforts this weekend?
Yeah, I think it's important to mention before we talk about the weather how unprecedented this is. This is not another, sensational news headline. We've never seen this before. That's how fast things are lighting on fire and burning acres across California. Let me give you some perspective on this. It's quite amazing what's happening right now, and I'm not exaggerating at all. So far, about 900,000 acres have burned across the state in 1 week. The normal for an entire season is 700,000 acres. So we're already past that in 1 week. This is just the beginning of fire season. 2 of those fires, the LNU and the SCU complex fires, both started by lightning, are the number 2 and number 4 largest fires in California history, all within a week. And pretty soon it'll probably take over